we talked to another witness, Brian Cowgill in Marion, who injured his back in the stage collapse. He says he's only gotten a few hours of sleep since the tragedy on Saturday night. And other witnesses have talked about lack of sleep, crying, and nightmares. So today we wanted to bring in Carol Jurgensen-Sheets. She's a family therapist. Carol, thanks again for coming in today.
Absolutely.
What advice do you give these people that have been through this horrific tragedy, what they've seen? What do you tell them?
Well, I tell them that their feelings are normal and they need to feel them, they need to express them, they need to find supportive people to talk to, and that with time, things will get better. But if enough time arises, if after about a month they're still not sleeping, they're still crying, they need professional help. You know, they're experiencing post-traumatic stress by that point, and they need to get their stress reduction skills they're going to need to be able to go on with their lives. They were heroes, and now they're dealing with the aftermath.
These 10 people that we had in studio during the early evening newscast last night seem to want to talk to one another about their shared experiences. So for the folks that were there at the concert and saw these horrific images, what would be some of the things that they should be talking to with their family members, their friends, and perhaps even somebody who can help them really professionally?
Well, they need to talk about their feelings and their fears, and then they need to talk about how it's affecting them. They need to be with people that don't shut them down, and some people will. And then they need to get on vehicles like Facebook. You know, there's a whole Facebook community right now that is sharing that information and giving each other support.
Well, a couple of the people I spoke with yesterday had reservations about returning to the Indiana State Fair. What advice would you give these people that were part of this tragedy about returning to the fair even this week?
Well, it's 100% normal not to want to return, but like with any tragedy or crisis, it's important to make yourself do that. Don't necessarily go back to the grandstands. Go and have some fun. Go to the hog farm, you know, enjoy some of the rides. Do things that are going to take your mind off of it and desensitize you to the trauma you're feeling.
There were a lot of children out at the State Fair during this Saturday night tragedy. How do you advise us talking to our children, particularly the youngest children in our homes, about the images that they've seen on TV?
Well, reminding them that they're safe and that accidents do happen and that those people have loved ones that are taking care of them. You don't focus on the death as much as you focus on the people that are recovering.
That's very good advice, Carol, the coach. Always great to have you here. Thank you for helping us understand and be able to sort of deal with these emotions that all of us are feeling. Thanks, Carol. Well, the State Fair Foundation has created a special fund to organize the thousands of dollars in donations that began pouring in from the